All right. So, okay, there's a couple of people. Do you see him, Ashley? Okay, I got him. There we go. Okay, so tonight we're going to do a quick training on just kind of leading with the business. We're going to talk about reach outs. We're going to talk about verbiage. We're going to talk about a simple system to follow so that you know exactly the flow of what this process looks like. This is a lot of conversations I've been having kind of in the back on the back end of like, how do I reach out about this business? What verbiage are you using? So tonight, like my goal for you tonight is to leave here. If you've ever been unclear about what that looks like or had any kind of uncertainty, tonight we want to clear that up so that you can boldly have conversations about the business and be confident about what that flow is going to look like afterwards. Because I think a lot of times we don't take action or we hesitate to take action because we're not sure what the next steps are. And so we're going to get really practical tonight. And we're going to talk through that system. But I want to talk about something that I think we have like a mindset that we need to have on the front end of that. That's gonna, if we don't have this mindset, it's going to keep us from making those bold business reach outs. Um, and I've had us do this the last couple of calls, but I want you to think about these leaders the leaders hit is who we watch. Okay. Like we all have our favorites. You can drop your favorites in the chat, like your favorite leaders that you love to watch on social media that you're always seeing on the leaderboards, you know, in your emails. Who are the people that you love to follow? Y'all just drop them in. And then, oh, you're sweet, Shannon. Yes, Jill Renfro, Emily Burgess, um, Emily Roberts, she's awesome too. I love that. What is it about her that makes her a leader in network marketing to follow? Think about those people. Megan Ashman. What is it about her that makes her stand out as someone to follow in Plexus? Jessica Heffley, the energy she brings, down to earth, but consistent. Anything else? Stephanie's super bold about the business, unapologetic. I love that. I think when I think about all those same people, they all have their different brand, right? Like some of them are got their farm thing going, they've got their farmhouse thing going, they've got their 8 kids or however many kids Trisha has. They all have their thing, but every single one of them, when we think about those top leaders in our company who are actively growing teams, they are all bold about the business. She looks 100 different ways. She talks about 100 different things in her stories, but very likely that woman that you see on the leaderboard every week that you're thinking about in your head right now are the ones who are bold about the business. And that's why we follow them, right? We follow them because we're getting ideas for Plexus. We're watching how leaders show up. That's why they're leaders to follow. And this has always been true in network marketing. We have to be loud and proud and sold out to what we do in order to build belief and confidence that we can help other people. Like that has always been true in network marketing. But I also think that we have a unique opportunity in this season that we're in, and this season of social media, and this season of life in 2025 for network marketing. And here's why. And this is not just me who thinks this. This is like big industry gurus who I'm intentionally plugging into. This is Keith Callahan. This is Eric Worre. I really and truly believe in my heart of hearts, this is my 8th year doing network marketing. I really believe that this is the make or break year for network marketers. There are going to be people who make millions of dollars in network marketing this year. There are going to be women who have breakthrough years this year, and there are going to be people who get left behind. And I really believe that dividing line between those people is leading with the business and establishing yourself as a leader that others want to follow, and then kind of trickling in the business and trying to attract people based on added value alone. And here's why I think that. And I think the industry honestly has shifted a little bit. And I've said this before. So if y'all have heard me say this before, I'm going to repeat it because I think it's worth saying again. In 2016 and to 2020, that's when I kind of joined this business. You truly could build a business posting about the pink drink and just kind of casually mentioning the business to people. That's really how I got started in this. I started for the products. How many of you in here started for the products? A lot of us. Like I joined for the products. Stephanie casted some pretty big vision for me, but I wasn't actively looking for a job opportunity. In my mind, I was, but I wasn't actively thinking that I could replace or even bring in an income online in 2016 and 2020. It just wasn't normalized. So in 2016 to 2020, you truly could build a business posting about the pink drink, bringing people in for the products, casually mentioning the business. I don't think that works as well anymore. I think it still happens. I think you absolutely can still bring people in for the products and then onboard them for the business. But and you can build a great affiliate business that way, but not a true thriving team, because in 2016, people like us, people like those of us on this call who wanted more out of life and who are willing to work, we could actually stumble into a business like this. Network marketing wasn't mainstream the way that it is now. And savvy women weren't necessarily out there actively looking for work from home opportunities like they are now. And if COVID did us any favors at all, I think what it did was empower us that there are viable work from home options. And y'all know this, when you get on Instagram, everybody's selling something. Everybody's got an affiliate link. They're a brand ambassador for something. They're making a course. They're selling a digital product. It has empowered women like never before. And so now women like that, savvy women who have skills, are actively looking for work from home jobs. They know it's possible. And guess who they're joining? They're joining people who are bold about the business. They're joining people who are bold about being leaders and who they know that they can link arms with and be successful. And I've said this so many times. I really believe there are two core fears that people have when they get into network marketing. It's the fear that they can't do it, like a lack of belief in themselves, and or it's usually a coupling of the two, a belief that you can't get them there, that you can't lead them to success. Those are the two fears. Those are the two things that are holding people back. Their lack of belief in themselves and the disbelief or the unbelief that you maybe aren't the woman for the job, that you can't get them there. And so I really think that's the difference in the game in 2025. Women are actively looking. So that means when you're putting yourself out there, there are people out there who want to listen, who need what we have, and they're looking for it. But that's going to require us to position ourselves a little bit differently. We have to position ourselves actively as the person that they're looking for. And I think this is one of the reasons we talk so much about personal development in this. And I believe so strongly that if you are not waking up in the morning and you are not pouring gasoline on your own belief fire, and you don't have an Ed Mylett or a Debbie Neal or an Ambition Coalition, or you aren't getting in your chats and you aren't seeking out coaching, you aren't actively like pouring gasoline on your own fire, y'all, you need to be. Because if you are not personally growing and you are not actively becoming the leader that other people want to follow, they're going to go find somebody else. They're going to go find somebody else. So in order to put ourselves out there, y'all, you have to show up with as a leader with energy and a drive to lead. You have to be pouring into yourself so that you can actually do the process that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes on a daily basis. You've got to lead yourself well so that you can lead the people that you're talking to on a daily basis well. Okay, so we're going to dive into the nitty gritty of this, but one of the things that I feel like I've really been having a lot of conversations with lately is like, what does that actually look like? What does it actually look like to show up and to be bold about this? What does it look like to establish yourself as a leader? What does it look like to show up as a leader in network marketing? I think it absolutely starts in our mindset, and it's this idea of going all in. You have to go all in. Now, if you just want to use this for an affiliate link and you're just in this for a couple of $100s, like this is not for you. And that's fine if that's where you want to stay. But if you are looking to build a team and build career income with this, you have to go all in on the mindset that I am here to build a team. I'm not here to necessarily piddle the pink drink, which we have to do. We have to sell our product, but I am here to go all in on helping other women build an income. That's the way we build our income. Is the rising tide lifts all ships. We're going all in on coaching other women on how to do this. And I think for years in this, probably for 5 or 6 years in this, y'all, I struggled with what that actually meant. I thought for years that I was all in because I was all in my heart. I wanted this. I prayed daily for this. I prayed for God to send me the right people, but my actions were not aligning with that dream. My daily actions were not aligning with the dream of my heart that I had for the income that I wanted to produce. If you're all in, what it really means is that you're burning the ships. It means that this is your main gig on social media, that you are here to be known as a network marketer. And that doesn't mean you can't talk about other things. Absolutely not. But your purpose on social is to build your business and show other women how to do this, period. Are you here to show up and add extra value? Absolutely. I know it's a lot of people on here, myself included, like to a certain degree, you consider this to be your ministry space. Keep doing that. Like keep showing up and adding your value and bringing your light to the world. But you've got to go all in on the idea that when somebody comes to your page and they follow you on social media, they know that they're following a leader in network marketing who can lead them to success. They may be here for some of the other stuff that you've got going on too. They may be here for some of your homemaking content, some of your, non-toxic swaps or whatever you've got going on, but they need to know when they come to your page who they are following and who they're getting in line with. You are a leader in network marketing. And I want to go back to those jewels that you thought about in the beginning. Those women are all the way out there. Show me one diamond right now who is growing her team, who just has a toe in the water, who is not in her feed talking about this opportunity, talking about and establishing herself as a leader. Trisha Regar, all the way out there, all the way. Rebecca Folks, all the way out there. Amber Miller, she's more active in her stories. She does post a little bit in her feed, but in her stories every day, all the way out there. Jill Renfro, all the way. Marissa Adams, Brooke Hemingway, when you go to their page, there is no doubt in your mind what they're building and who they're attracting. They are masters at leveraging social media to establish themselves as leaders. And the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to be a jewel to do this. You do not have to be a jewel to establish yourself as a leader in network marketing. If you're making a couple of $100s a month, that is the difference in somebody's grocery bill, y'all. If you're making a couple of $100s a month in this, you can show somebody else how to make a couple of $100s in this too. You are just as equipped as I am to onboard a new person, but it begins with your posture. And I think so much of this starts with kind of knowing who you're talking to. And I think about, who is your ideal person? We've talked about this a lot the past couple of months, but, imagine your ideal person is out there. For me, she's a 30 to 40 something mom who wants to be home with her kids. She has career experience. She already has a set of skills and she wants to use those skills. But just like the rest of us, she's confident in herself because she has these skills, but she's nervous to start something new. Anybody? I know that was me. She needs somebody. She's already out there, y'all. Kim's going to share in just a minute a story that she had just happened today. She's already in your feed. She just needs you to show up as the person who can actually get her there, who can actually get her from A to B. She wants real income and she needs you to show up in a way that can show her that she can do it. And the last thing I'll say before we kind of get into the nitty gritty, because I really don't want to hold us past 9 o'clock tonight. This is going to be a quick process. Sometimes I think we can think that we're talking about Plexus more than we actually are. Sometimes I think we can think that we're posting and we're putting ourselves out there in a certain way, but it's not coming across. So one thing I do want to challenge y'all to do is to send me a message. I will do this for every single person on this call. Send me a message and ask me to audit your Instagram. I promise you or your Facebook. I will be brutally honest with you. Send me a message and I'll tell you exactly what I see when it comes to your feed. And the reason I challenge you with this, I actually had somebody do this with me the past couple of weeks. And as boldly as I think I've been showing up in this space the past couple of months, she was brutally honest with me. And she said, I don't think you're talking about Plex. I don't think you're establishing yourself as the leader that you think you are. And she challenged me to be even bolder. And I'm already feeling a shift in the posts that I'm making this week. But we get in our head because we're thinking about Plexus 24/7. We're in conversations behind the scenes. We're excited about it. We love it. But maybe that's not coming across on our feed. We think it is, but maybe it's not. So that's my challenge to y'all. If you want me to audit your feed, I'm happy to do that. Just know I'm going to be brutally honest with you, and I'm probably going to challenge you a little bit. But I think that's what this requires. It requires us to get a little bit uncomfortable and to actually go after the thing. So with that being said, I do want to just quickly run through the process of what it looks like to reach out and onboard somebody new about the business. But again, you're not even going to get to this place unless you are unless you are excited to bring new people into this business with you. Okay. Okay. The first thing I'll say, and I spent a lot of time just now talking about social media. Social media is not all of our business, but it's going to fill your funnel. Like most of us are on social media, and your primary thought process there should be, it is there as a tool to fill my funnel so that I can make these reach out, so that I can make these connections with people. So number one, you need to be creating content that's engaging your ideal person. Think back. I just kind of put out who my ideal person was. Think back to who your ideal person that you're trying to create and create content specifically for her. Okay. There's different ways to do these business reach outs that I'm going to share here, but the most natural way and the most feel good way, honestly, that it's going to feel for you is when they are organically engaging with your content. That's going to be the most natural reach out you're going to have when they are choosing to come to your content and engage with it. I've probably done 10 reach outs already this week, and they are all from likes and comments on my post. Okay. You can follow these next steps with just kind of your warm market and even cold market reach outs, but I promise you it's going to feel better when your posts are in alignment with the person that you want to reach out to. So here is kind of that process. And I want to challenge y'all. This is the thing when you've got your IPA sheet in the morning and you're going through your checklist of things, this is the thing that gets done first. Like this gets done first. We do the hard thing first so that we know when it's 6 o'clock at night and the kids are going crazy in the next room and you haven't had time to sit down and do Plexus, you know that you got up at 6 a.m. this morning. And if you didn't do anything else, you've created content for your ideal person and you have done your reach out for the day. If you do those two things, you are winning the day at Plexus. You can do customer care later. You can run back office reports later. You can do all the other things later, but those are the meat and potatoes of our business. So get up, commit to doing this first thing. Create content that's going to bring in your ideal person, fill your funnel, and get in business conversations, period. Okay. So the way that I'm doing these reach outs, and I'm going to give you the verbiage. This verbiage is actually in my boards. If you look under, I think it's Business Builder. Let me look. It's called Onboarding New Business Builder. So this verbiage is here. I will put it in the chat here in a minute. But I'm sending these messages straight from likes and comments on my business reels right now. You can also send these from regular content. Like if Shannon created a real cute like midlife reel last week, she could also send these reach outs from engagement from one of those posts. But if you have a business post that's performing really well, it's just kind of a natural reach out to send these. And this is what your written reach out is going to look like. Let me drop this in the chat real quick. And again, you don't really have to copy that because it is in boards, but it's just a soft ask. It's, hey, Jen, your name popped up because you recently liked one of my posts and I wanted to connect with you again. That's such a easy in. It's like, hey, Brandy, you're already interacting with my stuff. I'm already in your feed. So it's natural for me to reach out to you. You may know this already, but I actually help women create an income online with network marketing. And I'm looking for women who already love their life, but maybe you're craving more community, accountability, or more money coming in, and you're not afraid to work hard and you love people. Is this something you'd be open to chatting more about or hearing more about? It's a very simple ask. I've had 0 people be rude to me from that message. I've had several people be like, no, I don't think this is for me. Or no, I'm not interested. I had a lot of people ghost me, but I've never had anybody be rude to me from that because they're already engaging with your content. And so it's a natural reach out. Though now the written message I'm sending and I'll just be frank here. Like I'm just looking for women who just kind of look normal. Okay. So I'm going through my likes of my business posts. And if she doesn't have like some weird cat name or some weird cat picture in her feed, like she's getting a message from me. If she looks like a normal mom who is kind of my vibe, I'm sending her that message. And then I have a voice message reach out. I'm going to pop it also in the chat. Oh, it's not going to let me. Just kidding. It's too long. Y'all are going to have to get that one from boards. I have a voice message one that I'm using for bigger accounts who are already they already have a thing going on Instagram. Like maybe they've got an affiliate link, or maybe they even are already with a network marketing company. Or I know that they already kind of are in this world, and I'll send a much bolder message. And I've been sending this one in a voice message because I think that just hits a little bit different. And basically hey, Rachel, you just came across my feed, recently from liking one of my posts. I just peeked over at your page. And mute. I just peeked over at your page and I love that you already share about XYZ. I love your energy. One of the reasons I'm messaging you. I'm wondering if you've already found a network marketing company to partner with, or if you'd be open to chatting about partnering with me with mine. Like out of the gate, you're just assuming, and I love this part, you're just assuming that a savvy woman like her would already be involved in something like network marketing. If you're not, I'd love to shoot over some information and see if this might be a good fit for you. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll look forward to hearing back from you and being connected with you and learning from you. I have had only positive responses from that. I've not had a single creator, a single like influencer respond back to me. Most of them respond because they love a voice message. You're not flattering them, but you're kind of highlighting things that you love about them. At the very least, they'll say, I'm not interested, or network marketing is not my jam. And then you can continue a conversation from there. I'm curious, have you been with a network marketing company before? Then you can continue the conversation from there. But it's just normalizing. That's what we're doing, is we're normalizing what we do. And we are being the server, and we're passing the plate around to anybody who might be ready for an appetizer or might be ready for dessert. Okay. So I'm sending 3 to 4 of these every single morning. I mean, if this is new for you and this feels really scary and really hard, like I think I was talking, Ashley and I were talking this morning, I would say rip the Band-Aid off, send 5 or 6, take a moment and realize that you're not going to die, that the world is going to keep spinning, and then commit to, like, can we commit to sending one of these every morning? Like at the end of the day, if you sent this every morning to one person, that is 5 business conversations that you've started at the end of the week. That's over 20 that you've started over the course of a month. You're doing a lot towards keeping your inbox hopping. Okay, so we're sending the reach outs. And once they respond, and this is always the thing, it's like, what do I say? She said, yes, send me more information. Once they respond, this is where your energy and your posture is going to kick in. Because remember, you are the pilot. She is now interested in what you're sending her. You want to make sure you're guiding her with the right kind of pilot energy. You're going to send her a voice message, and you're going to be professional, but you're going to be excited. And just, it's going to be real quick. I'm so excited to chat with you. I'm actually going to send you a quick resource right down here below. I'd love for you to check this out. And I would actually love to chat with you so that I can share a little bit more about this, and you can pick my brain and ask me any questions that you want. So check this out and we can hop in and go from there. That's what I'm sending in a voice message. Directly after that, I'm going to send them a resource. This resource could be 100 different things. I think I shared my landing page that I have. I'll share it here in the chat again. You can absolutely send that landing page and just say, this is my friend Chelsea. She shares her experience here, and this is a little snapshot of what Plexus could do for you. You could also, if you didn't want to send my landing page, you could grab one of the corporate Zoom recordings and send that. Those are great 15-minute resources to send people. You can record your own video, pop it in YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube account, send it to me. I'll create a YouTube link for you. You can create your own video and send it. You can send them that video, that recorded corporate Zoom, plus a screenshot of the earning potential with this. Marian Anderson has a great compensation plan video. The goal here is just to give them a snapshot of Plexus, to share a story, to get personal, and give them something concrete that they can look at so that you can have a conversation later. Okay, so figure out what your resource is going to be. You just need to know what your resource is going to be. Get your recording, get your landing page, know what that's going to be. And then you're going to ask them, after you send that voice message, after you send your resource, you're going to send them 2 or 3 times over the next 48 hours and ask them which one works best for you. Hey, I'm free at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. tomorrow, and I'm free at 9 a.m. on Friday morning. Which one of those looks good for me to give you a quick call? And you're just going to give them some options. The goal is to get on the phone with people. And I think sometimes we're hesitant to do that because it's scary getting on the phone with somebody that you don't know. But we want people who are ready to get on the phone with us. Like, those are the kind of people that we're looking for. We're looking for the kind of people who want to connect with other people. So I think this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. So
can I say something real quick, Chelsea?
please, I'm going to go get water while you do, because
okay, no problem. I did not mean to interrupt at all, but and a lot of you guys might know this, but when you hit Diamond, they do this really cool thing where they do a Diamond documentary on you. And this is not me at all plugging myself, but I put my Diamond documentary in here. One of the things that made me want to do this business was watching somebody's diamond documentary before I was even gold. And I resonated with it. Her name is Jen Hawkins. She's one of the major leaders in our company today, but I watched her diamond documentary and it really humanized it for me. It wasn't super businessy. It wasn't, it didn't even talk about doing, so much like doing the business per se, but it just really resonated with me. In my diamond documentary, Chelsea's in it, Kim is in it, Noelle is in it. So it's like these are people that you know. I didn't know a diamond in this company when I joined, and it impacted me. So I just dropped mine in there. All the diamond docs are like 5 to 7 minutes. And it would have been so much more, even better for me at the time to say, this is my friend. These are my friends. These are people I personally know that, this is their story. So I just wanted to throw that blurb in real quick to use this as a resource, just because I think these are so well done by Plexus and you guys know so many of the leaders in that. So I just wanted to say that real fast.
That's a really good point. Sometimes I forget about Diamond Docs. I shouldn't. I have yours in my pocket. That's a great resource. I think anything you can do to cast vision and get personal with people, because I think people think that sometimes can think this is a pie in the sky. Well, that must be nice for you, but what you're doing is trying to connect with them and saying, no, this is my friend Chelsea. This is my friend Stephanie. These are real people that have actually built this. So Ashley, did that make sense? Like after I send the initial reach out message and they're like, sure, send me some more information. That's when I send the landing page. So yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on. And so where was I okay, yes. And I'm like, what couple of, send them a couple of times. Which one of these times works best for you for me to give you a quick 10-minute call? And once you get that scheduled, this is actually something that I've recently started using that has been working really well. And you don't even have to have, like, I've done this in a Google form. You don't even have to do it in a Google form. You can just send a couple of questions, but I have a work with me form. You can see it in my link in bio and Instagram. And it's basically just asking them a couple of questions before you chat on the phone to kind of drive your conversation. And it's things like, have you ever done network marketing before? How many hours a week do you have to dedicate from working from home? What special skills, do you have? Kind of what work experience do you have? Are you currently working from home? Or are you stay at home? It just kind of gives you a baseline. You can see those questions there in my bio. It just kind of gives you a baseline, and that's what's going to drive your conversation that you're going to have with them on the phone. And everybody always wants to know, and I wanted to know, like, what are we going to talk about on the phone? You're going to let those questions and the experience that you've had with them be your driver. The actual phone conversation is not so much about what you're going to say to them. It's how they're going to feel when they get off the phone with you. 100%. I have no idea what Stephanie said to me that first Zoom call that we got on. I don't remember a thing she said to me. All I remember is I got off that Zoom call believing that I could do this. I knew that she was a former cop and she was making more money than I was. And at the end of that call, she had casted enough belief in me that I could figure this out too. That's what matters, is you're going to just get to know them a little bit. You're going to listen to the experience that they have. You're going to listen to the objections that they have. And then you're just going to have a conversation with them. And you're going to just outline the steps of how they get started with this. After you have the conversation, okay, well, Jamie, this is what this could look like for you in the next couple of weeks. First, we're going to get you set up with your products. And if you haven't had a product conversation yet, you can just I always suggest Triplex. And that's keep it simple. Like I will say this on this first call, you don't want to be a doctor. You don't want to be sending them a 20-point questionnaire and trying to suggest 100 different products. Keep it simple. Triplex is what 95% of people start with. It helps with A, B, C, and D. But tell me what some of your health goals are. Keep it simple. Maybe they do a Triplex Active, maybe they do a Triplex Balance, but keep it simple. And then let them know that you'll be in touch with next steps. That's as far as I really go with them on the phone. I'll say, we're going to get your products ordered. I'm going to help you share with 3 people in your first couple of weeks, and we're going to get you going with this. And then from there, you're going to send her a cart. After you hang up and get off the phone with her, you're going to send her a quick little voice message. It was so good to talk to you, Shannon. I'm going to put your cart right down here below. Shoot me a message when it goes through. As soon as she gets her cart, you're going to follow, just like we have in boards, our +1 system. You're going to send Shannon a cart from her account that she can then turn around and share with a friend. Okay, I want you to be thinking about Shannon. Who's going to start with you? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be your mama, your sister, your coworker? Who's going to be your person? You're going to send them this cart and y'all are going to do this together. And then you're going to plug Shannon in. You're going to ask her, but you're going to plug her into your next silver group that we have starting. We're doing those about every 15 days, and you're going to help her go silver. It's one step at a time. That's it. That's it. And then you're going to rinse and repeat that process. Once Shannon goes silver, she's going to evaluate, okay, who out of these people, who can I plug into the next silver group? Who can I help share with one? And we are rinsing and we're repeating this process over and over again. And that is a process that I hope you feel confident in and feel that that's something that you can duplicate down, because it truly is so simple. I'm going to stop right there and open it up to questions and see what questions we have. All of this, like I said, is in boards. Even the +1 and then plugging into the silver group, all of that is in my boards, and you can see the process laid out for you. But does anybody have specific questions around any of that? Hey.
Hey, I just want to say something really fast that I have been using this message. I just started this week because this is new. Everyone I have been talking with so far is people that I already know. But I will say yesterday, I loved saying what you're going to say. Everyone has been so kind. And the cool thing was, I mean, I went to everyone's bio, like if they had a cute pic, they looked like someone I was like, this is my role. If I looked like I would like go have lunch or meet them at Starbucks, I'm sending them a message. And two of them, I went to their profile. They're both in network marketing, but you would not know that from their profile. So I just said, that's awesome. That makes sense. Like, that's why I'm attracted to your energy. I love your page. How long have you been with them? What's your experience been like? But I was just going to say, don't be scared to try it because I've gotten past the like just bold reach outs, but this is such a good way to get into conversations on Instagram with strangers.
Mm-hmm.
It is a really warm reach that so far everyone has been like so nice. A few of them are like, I think I've heard of Plexus, maybe not. So do it. It's
Do
a
it.
good one. Do it. I love this. I love this. It's a good system.
I love your follow-up of just like keeping the conversation going. That's
Yeah, it's just practice, but also maybe they hate Monet. So
Yep.
one of the girls has said 7 years, and her next sentence was, I've just started making an income with this. So I was like, oh man, that's a long time.
That's your signal. Like now you're on her radar. Now you're
Yes.
on her radar, and the content that you're creating, she's like, is Shannon the one who actually can lead me to do this?
Yeah. So it is just, I feel like you have nailed it. It's a conversation opener where I think you've written it in a way that they're very flattered. It's almost like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like they
Mm-hmm.
got an invitation.
Mm-hmm.
No one has been rude.
Yep. I
I've
think that,
gotten ghosted, but everyone the network marketing girlies are quick responders.
yep.
We're gonna work on that.
Yep.
We're
Well,
gonna,
that's what I think is so beautiful about this is that you're going to actually bring in new business builders with this, but also as you're continuing to create that content, now you've opened the door and you're on their radar. And all of the content that you're creating now is now like fertilizing that seed that you've planted. So maybe
yeah,
people will reach out now and it doesn't come to fruition for 6 months, but you have planted that seed. And that's why, and I want Kim to share because this is kind of like sharing in the same vein, like there are so many seeds that you're watering that you aren't even aware that you're watering. Kim, I know you're in the car. Are you able to unmute and share?
Yeah, I'm actually just pulled in my neighborhood, so 1 second, y'all. But yes, I love this, Chelsea. Thank you. And I just want to say that I was the one that was messaging Chelsea this week and last week and last month, and I'm like, okay, exactly what are you saying to these girls about the business, and exactly what is are you sending in the voice clip? And I know Libby shared hers, which was so great. And like, okay, and then exactly what I do, because I don't know if y'all feel this way, but at our team retreat a couple weeks ago, we went on a hike, and I asked the girls, I was like, how many of you feel confident that if you shared the business with somebody, that if you sent them an invitation, that you know exactly what to do next? And not one person felt confident. And I was like, well, there's our problem, because a confused mind does nothing. If you are, like, if you're lacking confidence in yourself and your ability to lead someone, then you're like, you're not going to do it, right? Every single time. So I was like, I need to know what to say next. And so I love that this has changed over the years. Like Chelsea and I have been in this a long time, but I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? What is working now? And I love her clear system. But, you know, it isn't so much a verbiage thing so much as that I love that she opened so much of this call with like leading yourself well and the energy and the mindset, because I was sharing a lot about the business almost before Chelsea had the shift. Actually, it's really interesting where she decided to unniche. The interesting thing is I wasn't really getting a result from it yet, and I realized it's because my energy wasn't paired with the content. So like I was kind of putting it out there and I was sharing that this business, but there was not the passion, there was not the confidence in myself again. I had not lit my own fire again truly enough. And so sometimes you just got to post it to get yourself going, right? But then I started to feel like, okay, I'm getting back in this. It really was the personal development and really diving back in, because it's one thing to check it off your box a couple times a week. It's one thing to even just do it to freaking check the box. And it's not even literally doing what you need to do. And K-tips, girl, K-tips. Another story for another day. Chelsea, I'm going to send you both the pictures when we hang up. It's a terrible story, actually. Okay, but so I literally, oh, you're a hairdresser, aren't you? Why didn't I go to you first? Okay, I'm going to message you. I should have had to do my hair on the cruise, for crying out loud. But anyways, so yeah, so I finally feel like some things have been clicking for me lately, and I'm sharing more about the business more consistently. But the thing I told Chelsea you got to be willing to do is you got to know ahead of time that you remove any result for anything for those first like 30, 60, like almost upwards of 90 days, that I'm going to post this and they're going to get very little likes, very little comments, almost no interaction. And your ego might make you want to take that post down and be like, yeah, this looks bad. Like no one's liking, no one's commenting. What are people getting? Remove the ego. The people are watching. It's about you growing yourself into a leader. It's about you positioning yourself. It's about your energy. It's about you leading yourself well, you showing up, you figuring it out. And as you keep doing that, something just starts to happen and things start to click and things start to shift. And so lately, all of a sudden, I've been sharing more again, like I said, about the business. And I had this reel that some of you have seen has been going viral where I really got in my girl's head. And I love that Chelsea said that too. What is it that your person needs to hear? What is some unique value that you can add? And it is so unique and so random to share that you've had a fear of throwing up your whole life. But turns out there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have had that and feel the same way. It takes a little bit of vulnerability. So maybe there's a part of your story that you have been hiding or you haven't been sharing that she needs to hear. And that's going to be the thing that blows it up. But anyways, I told Chelsea before I was leading with the products for years. And I would look at that and I'd be like, okay, all these people that need the products. And now I'm being much like what Shannon said, and you're clicking through and you're looking at bios. I'm like, of these people, I'm not wasting my time just trying to get product users. Who are the people that I think could do this with me? Who are the people that are my kind of people? And those are the ones I'm giving my time. Well, there was a girl, I have these people, they have to do an action, they have to fill out this form. I'm not wasting my time that people can't even fill out a form, right? Anybody can comment on a post. If you're actually interested, fill out this form and I'll get back to you. Then they get my time. So there's like almost 100 people that filled out the form. And one of the girls this week, I've had a couple of people that I've gotten on phone calls. And just today, I got a phone call with a girl named Noelle. And she responded, she's breastfeeding. She's very interested. The anxiety thing really resonated with her. And I was like, here's a couple of breastfeeding testimonies. It's very safe. I started when I was breastfeeding. Here's some information about this while breastfeeding. Are you open to jumping on a quick call? And I can answer any other questions you have and we can talk about it. Call is always life. People, it is everything. Get on the phone. So I get on the phone with her and she tells me today, she's like, yeah, so, I'm really interested. We talked about the products. And then she's like, now, I've been taking Happy Juice for 3 years. If y'all don't know, that's MRA. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, but it's really worked well. It got me through my second postpartum. But right now, I feel like I've just been in this plateau. It hasn't really been doing anything. And I've really been looking for a deeper dive into gut health and maybe trying something else for gut health. And the interesting thing is your post showed up about your fear of throwing up. And I've had that since I was really little, very deep seated fear. It's been flaring up lately. And so that aligned with me. And then I went and looked at your page and your bio and your post, which is what they do, y'all. And then she's like, and I see that you check the faith box. She's like, I'm actually not a believer. I'm trying to figure that out right now, which that's the thing I'm most excited about all of this, is that we got to talk about faith and about the Lord and everything. And then she was like, and by the way, she's like, so she's like, if I wanted to, like, if this really works for me, I can see myself like sharing about it. Pause. If I have not been sharing consistently recently about how I started some products and started like building a business, sharing about them very consistently and sharing and calling people in and saying I can help them, I do not think that comment would have been there. But she's like, if I was, Chelsea, you're so right, building for months, she's probably been watching, but also Chelsea's so right that our people are watching us. And this girl just found me and followed me from a reel 1 week ago. Okay. And now so don't, sometimes they have to follow for a while, and there could be a hot new business builder that changes your whole business that just finds your page this week. But what does your page look like? What does your bio look like? What does your feed look like? What does your energy look like? Because it was that consistency, like Chelsea said, that was built up before she came, working on my own personal development, the mindset, all the things I needed to change so that I was ready. Preparation. What is that quote? When preparation meets opportunity or whatever, the preparation had to be there. And so she comes in, she's like, if I was to share, guess what she said? She goes, I only have like, and I thought she said 150 followers. She said 1,500 followers. And so this is what Chelsea was just saying about how Stephanie, she doesn't remember anything Stephanie said to her. It was how Stephanie made her feel. Here's how I made her feel. I said, I'm sorry, did you just say, you said 150? She goes, oh no, about 1,500 followers. I go, I'm sorry, did you say just? I was like, girl, that's a freaking lot of followers. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, we have diamonds in our company, many diamonds of my friends that are diamond, which is, and I told her what that meant in the top different ranks. I was like, that are literally making $400,000 a year, 300,000, whatever. And they have 1,000 to 2,000 to 2,500 Instagram followers or followers. I'm like, so that again, that already cast some vision, that already poured some belief. And she's like, well, okay, so yeah, see, Stephanie, 1,500 followers right now. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what this girl has. She already has a curated feed. She was on an infertility journey. She knows how to make reels. She knows how to make posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at her feed. She's a dream teamer. And she's like, so I'm going to pause Amari. I'm going to try this for a few months. And before we hang up, y'all, she says, now, if I wanted to share, she was like, yeah, so if the products really work for me, I'd love to be able to share. I can see myself doing that. And I'm like, great. Well, then at the end, she's like, okay, so when I sign up today, she's like, how would I share that? So we went from, if the products work for me, I might share, to, do I get a referral link? And so I just want to say, like, again, this happens. And now I have these steps from Chelsea. I know exactly what to do, exactly like the +1 message, exactly how to, but it's a game changer. And so, I mean, again, that just happened to me today. It happens all the time. It can happen for you, but just pick the pieces of what Chelsea said, or maybe listen to this again tomorrow. What are the pieces that maybe you want to jump right to the business invitation and the other pieces aren't in place yet? The business invites are huge. I'm not telling you don't send them. I was sending them too, but also get working on your energy and all that stuff.
100%. That story right there, I feel like just solid, like it puts like the stamp of proof on everything that we're talking here. Like, don't overthink your likes. You're probably going to get very few likes on your first couple of business reels, like 5. Okay. We're getting a couple of likes, and it's like somebody sent me a message today and they were like, what if I'm not getting any likes on my business post to send these reach outs to? I'm like, you need to do more. We need to do more. We just need to do more, and we need to get in more conversations, and we need to build more value, because the people are out there. The people are out there. You've just got to put it out there. I had a similar experience, not on my end, but like me being the consumer this week. There's a girl that I found. She's a big network marketing guru. I just started following her last week. And very similar to kind of what Kim said, like, she has like this whole $800 course that I'm not purchasing, but she has a couple of freebies and just some good things. I spent 20 minutes going down her profile and just checking out her reels. I think I got all the way back to like last January in her reels, because she was adding so much value. And I kind of caught myself while I was doing that. I was like, gosh, if I was in a place where I was struggling in my business, I would absolutely have bought her course by now, because she has built so much value for me in this 20 minutes that I've spent scrolling her feed and I just found her. So that's the power of consistency. It's getting in the reps, it's filling your feed and fueling that belief for the people who are already there, but also for the people who are coming. Also for the people who are coming. I'm going to leave us with this thought, and y'all can feel free. Again, I'm happy to audit your Instagram. Y'all send it to me. I will tell you what I see. If you want to figure out what your resource is going to be, message me. Like, let's get this nailed down. I want everybody this week to walk away feeling confident that you can walk through this process. So if there's any piece of this where you're like, I still don't feel sure, message me. Let's nail this down. But the thing that I want to leave us with, and this was a little quote that I saw on Instagram, and it's so true of our teams too. It was said, how cool is it to know that there are people that you haven't met yet who are going to be coming to your future birthday parties, to your future retirement celebrations, who are going to be friends with your kids. Like, there are people that you haven't met yet who are going to play a crucial part in your life. And I think about, like, I'm sitting on a call, two of you I would have known in real life before Plexus. Like, there are people, there are women who are going to join your team in this, who you are absolutely going to change the trajectory of their lives because you said yes to this, because you chose to be bold, because you refuse to stay quiet about this, because you know you have something to share. And I just think that's something that as we're doing these reach outs, as we're doing these bold actions and they feel a little uncomfortable, like, there's a lot that hangs in the balances of this. And your future team hangs on your ability to be bold and to take these next steps. So I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited for this. And I'm ready for my inbox. Y'all message me. I'm going to bed right now, but I will get back to you in the morning. It's bedtime. All right. Any last minute questions, thoughts sent? Shannon's already here. All right. I love y'all. Night, everybody.